Reverend Rob Lee. Bold, smart, and straight to the point. This is Tarot with an Attitude.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Tarot with an Attitude. Man, glad to be back. Had to take the week off for some technical difficulties here with the new place and everything, but we are back. It is good to see everybody. Cynthia, Yadi, wow, Grace, welcome, welcome, welcome. So, we're going to get this started. Our most gracious and loving Heavenly Father, that divine mother. We need your healing tonight for one of our own that wants to remain nameless. I need Michael and Raphael to move to this person, and I need everybody to send their energy. Just send it up to the heavens, and it will go out. I haven't gotten permission from this person to say their name. We're going to send some healing, divine healing, comfort. Raphael, go. Spirit, while we're working tonight, make sure that your words come through and not mine. So mote it be. All right, there we go. Let's see what's happening. So good evening, good evening, good evening. A lot of things happening, things coming in. Let's see what's starting right now. So Yadi, one of the first ones in tonight with a question. Hey, Rev Rob, my interview with the CEO was rescheduled. Oh, okay. I guess more time to prepare. When I have the interview with Rowan, the CEO, will it land me the job? You know what? We're going to go to a pendulum for that. We're going to ask what's going on. One of the things I want you to be aware of, this is almost like when I talk about trying to tell the future, okay? Rather than what do you need to know or what's going on, okay? Because when we ask the question in that way, there are so many things that could happen that are out of your control, okay? But we'll land her the job. So pendulum, here we go. All right. Let me go this way with it. And we'll come over here. Pendulum. Okay. The pendulum's green, so that's why it looks clear. Okay. Will you work with me this evening? Oh, absolutely. Big yes. Okay. Now, Yadi wants to know, when she has the interview with Rowan, the CEO, will it land her the job? According to this, it's a possible no. Okay, this is not going to land you the job. There's going to be something else that's going on because it started with a little curve, which means to me there's more things going on here than what we realize. So there's something happening. You need to take a look at this and realize, are you pushing for something too hard or whatnot? We got to kind of let things happen. If you're so worried about not getting the job, that's the energy we're putting out to the universe. And you need to understand that. You have to picture you've got the job, see the job. When you're doing your manifestation stuff, see it like it's history, like it's already happened for what you're needing to go with. So with that, though, Yadi, let's do this. Let's ask this. One of the things we talked about for this evening is, what messages are you missing? So I'm going to keep this pretty sweet and short and sweet. All right. And I'm going to pull one card. We're going to start here tonight with these when they happen this way. I'm going to pull one card. What are you missing that we need to know about this? What's happening? All right. So I'm using my ethereal deck. It's not really broken in very hard. So bear with me on the shuffle. All right. And they're very large cards. Okay. So, Yadi, here we go. All right. Ooh, the deck dropped out. So there's something they want you to see in this card. Okay. Now then, what is something, okay, that you're missing? This is an action card, the Knight of Swords, and this is in your head. And this is talking about you're overthinking, you're overplotting, you're overplanning, okay? One of the things I'm seeing is here, and what the Knight of Swords, when I say, what are you missing? We're missing about taking the moving in the right direction for these jobs, this is going to be a very big thing. You're missing some type of thing to act on in your brain. That's what's going on. It's nothing crazy, but this is when you say, what am I missing? And the Knight of Swords comes up. It's like a lack of strategy, a lack of action. These things are going, and this is what's going to happen. I'm going to pull the shadow card here, and let's take a look. And that shadow card is the Empress. So what's the purpose for where you're trying to work? So when we look at the creativity, it's like trying to build something, do something, but we're missing, okay, some type of thought process. We're so glued on where we're going, we're forgetting to use our intuition and look at what's happening. That's what I'm seeing here. I'd love to talk to you more. Let me know, okay? But bang, Ryan, keep us posted. All right, I know that wasn't exactly what you wanted to hear tonight, but it doesn't mean it's not going to happen, okay? The way the question was worded was the interview with Rowan, the CEO, will it land me the job? Not that interview, okay? But what it's saying you're missing is there's some action, there's some planning, some strategy. So like you said, take your time, get it right in your head, all right? Look at the job and make sure you know what's happening there, okay? So that's what I've got for you so far. Let's see what happens, okay? Grace, may I please ask Rev Rob, is there a reason for the delay of my child's custody hearing as the judge hasn't decided to recuse himself? It has been 3 months. One of the things I want you to understand is what I just got picked up, and having been involved in these hearings several times, okay, they're wanting to make sure what I really just got is that all the things somebody was supposed to do were completed. And this might be a question. If the judge hasn't recused himself, maybe somebody's looking at that. Other things are happening that are going on. And so let's take a look at what you need to know and what's missing. What's finding out, what's happening. All right, I can't do this anymore with this deck. It's crazy. I'm just going to have to let it flow where it flows, okay? So it's too stiff, having too much problems, things like that. So Spirit, all right, here we go. Let's do this, okay? What does Grace need to know? And I'm getting like there's something in question. Somebody is really coming at this and looking at all kinds of details or something. So let's see what's happening. What are we missing? What's going on? So the first thing we have here is the Page of Swords. Now, this is like, you're pushing, let things roll. You said right here, is it divine timing? Let things happen. Don't push is what I'm really getting picked up. I know you're anxious. I understand, having talked on behalf of people in this situation and things like this. I get it. Okay. But it's one of those things where you've got to keep yourself slow and then don't get going crazy about everything, because then we can start pushing things and don't start seeing things as happening. It's just happening. The impatience is going to be a problem. We have the 10 of Cups in your shadow, which is talking about, look at this. This is going to come to an end soon. It's going to come to a conclusion. It's going to have to do with love and joy and things like this. And I believe you're going to find everything's going to work out. They may hit you with different ideals or whatnot. They might be giving you some things you're going to have to do. But what this is saying right now is this is coming to an end. Don't push it. I really get the feeling that somebody is looking at this on your behalf, okay? And this is working in your behalf. So whatever goes through, you let me know. We'd love to find out, and you keep us posted. We're all rooting on you, okay? We are all rooting on you. All right, here we go. So everybody, do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and share. Also, want to go ahead and let everybody know, Bridget's back. They had a great time in Germany and Austria and things like that. They just had a ball. They are back, and we are going to be doing a show on Bridget's channel this Wednesday, 7:30, Eyes of the Dragonfly. So make sure you come check us out there, see what's going on. I got some other things coming up my sleeve that I'm trying to see how to put this together. Might even be moving off of YouTube into another area that I'm looking at very strongly, and building an actual community and just doing 1 or 2 a month here, lives here, and the rest of them will be in the community I'm looking at building. So many things I'm trying to do. Got my hands in the pot, so be patient with me and just say a little prayer for me about that, okay? So, Maria, may I ask for a general for the next 4 days? All right, I'm going to tell you. A general for the next 4 days in the spirit of doing 1 and 2 cards. All right, here we go. What are you looking for in the next 4 days? All right, here we are. Boom. Let's split these. Now then, we have the 8 of Pentacles. What I want you to do in the next 4 days is you're going to be having to do some work, and you're going to have to pay attention to what's going on around you and some very strong details. Because for the next 4 days, one of the things you're going to get from the shadow card is you've got to, something's going to grow, it's building something good, okay? You have to be in that position of looking at the details, working. This does just mean watch everything. You got to put some time in. There's something you need to work out in the details, and then you'll be able to make something grow, and something beautiful will come out of it, okay? So the 8 of Pentacles, let's talk about the 8. 8 is always about movement, okay? And then with the 8, all right, what we're talking about with the Pentacles is in this real world. So things are happening here that's going to be doing movement, but you're going to have to pay attention. See all the things moving around in this card, all right? They're saying pay close attention. You might be something you have to learn. There also might be something you have to teach somebody. So this is the rules for the next 4 days. Pay close attention to detail. Don't rush through anything. Keep moving forward. And something beautiful is supposed to try to come out of all this. Okay? But you got to do it the right way. Wow. Bangarang. Okay. There we go. So good there. Glad to see that. Get these back over here and see what's happening. Miss Cynthia. Hey, Rev Rob. I have been betrayed by someone I trusted. Man, I know that hurts. You told me for weeks it was coming. I actually felt sorry for this person and was not looking at her. I need guidance from spirit. Thank you. You know, all right. This is a difficult spot. All right. When we get defensive or we're worried about what's doing. One of the things spirits will tell you is, remember, we can let something go. We can forgive for our benefit, all right? But that doesn't mean you have to bring them back in your life. Know what's going on, okay? So here's what's happening. I would ask you right out of the gate, do you feel this was a hidden thing? It's intentional? Was it unintentional? What's going on? Because here we go. The card for you right off the top, your light card. You know what? I'm feeling like I'm supposed to read this in the reverse position, and that's death. This person is not growing. They're not moving forward. They're digging around in the past. They keep digging up old stuff and old dirt. This is not, death card upright means new things coming, but they keep hanging on to crap. They're trying to stir stuff up. So the 13, 1 and 3. Normally in numerology, 13 is a standalone number, all right? It is not yet put them together. But let's look at it this way. 1 and 3. You now know and have a baseline of trust and what to do about this person. Don't give the negative energy. Don't bring on the negative energy, but know it. Okay? Know what they're doing and know what's happening. This way you can deal with it if you have to deal with it directly. Now, on this, 1 and 3 becomes a 4, which means establishing a new, good, solid base. But that's what they're not doing. Something is going on. They are not planting their feet. They're something from the past is still stuck with them. And then we have this position, the King of Pentacles. So you have to be very careful. Put some around finances is what I'm seeing here. In your real world, with everything that's going on, this is going to be very important. Now, either a male, a very mature male, could be playing a part, okay? It's a male that may be involved, all right? They know what they're doing, okay? So be careful about giving pass. It's time for you to know what you need for your area. Lock that crap down in the real world. If it's a friendship, if it's marriage, if it's with the kids, with the grandkids, with a friend, okay? It's time for you to say, wait a minute. They're digging around for things. This is not healthy. They're not moving. They're not growing, all right? They're stuck in some bad habits. And the King of Pentacles is here to tell you, you can overcome, you can do this, but you better set some boundaries, and you have to take on that masculine role within your life and set some rules and some boundaries for the King of Pentacles. All right? Does that make sense? Let me know. I'd love to talk to you more about it, and we'll find out what's going on. Okay? So let's see what we got going here. All right. Find out. I don't know why all of a sudden I just became very, Spirit told me I'm supposed to be doing these cards with the reversals, which although I don't do too often. So Jazz Star, Aqua 17. Hey, Rev Rob, does my grandmother Jenny Flores have any? Her birthday is tomorrow. Have any messages? Is that what I'm trying to understand? I don't understand the question. So let me know. And everybody, while we're doing that, let's find out what's happening. Okay. If you got any more questions, put some questions in. All right. And we will see what happens. Okay. So for Jenny, does my grandmother, or for Jazz Star Aqua 17, does my grandmother Jenny, why am I getting the feeling that this involves somebody that's ascended, has moved on? Not necessarily your grandmother, but something around her is around this. Does that make any sense to you at all? That's what I'm picking up. That there is somebody that is from the past, from somebody as related to your grandmother that has gone on, but that is here having something to do with that. Does that make any sense? Let me know. Okay. So let's see where we're at here and find out. Let's see. All right. So we're going to do it this way again. All right. I have to break these cards in, which means shuffling with them all day one time. All right. Here we go. So Gillian, if you could, see if she clarifies that any. I would love to find out. My grandmother just passed on the 17th, and we had her funeral on last week. Okay. This is, yes. So she's around. Her spirit is there. I feel like she's already gone back to source or wants to go back to source, but she needs to make sure everybody's okay. All right. And this is really what I'm picking up. And now I'm getting the spinning. She wants to move ahead. She wants to move on. And she wants you all to know it's okay. This is life. Things happen. She's good. Is this making any sense, Jazz Star? Okay? Because that is what I went right into this is somebody from beyond. And it's what I said. I really feel this also, she has met another spirit, a kindred spirit there. They have reunited, and it's time they're going to move on to a different story. So she is good. She wants you to know that it's good. What I'm really picking up is that she is, there's no blame, there's no fault. There is. What is, she wants y'all to say goodbye. She's going to say goodbye, and then they're going to move forward, and she needs you to move forward. We need to understand that we don't need to hold family members hostage that have passed on because we're selfishly worrying we don't want them to go. All right. Does that make sense? Okay. So here we go. Let's find out. Ace of Pentacles. This is an all new beginning. And look, when I first saw this, I saw like a hole. So a lot of people feel like they may have a hole in their heart. But this Ace of Pentacles is talking about looking inside. It's time. The real world still has to move forward. And she wants you to move forward and be able to enjoy life, enjoy this world. That's what would make her happiest, knowing that that's what's going on. And then in the shadow card I have here, the Page of Cups. Now, the Page of Cups generally talks about don't spend time being foolish, okay, with your love, with happiness, and with joy. Don't get lost. Don't be like, oh, the world's coming to an end, blah, blah, blah. That's what this upside down page, and wow, she's spinning like crazy. When I say she's spinning, that is always, I'm getting this right, okay? She needs everybody to handle this death in an adult way. The love goes, but you have to turn this over and say, we're going to look at this and still find that new passion for life. She does not want anybody to lose their love for life, their love for passion, okay? And just, that's it. And you know what? It's hard. That's why they call it grief. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it goes away. Grief never goes away. It morphs, but it becomes easier. We learn how to deal with it, and we learn to appreciate people more that we're near, okay? And that's what she wants, is that appreciation. But she needs to see you laugh. She needs to see her grandchildren laugh. When her great-grandchildren come around, she wants to see them happy. She doesn't like, and if I've got this right, she didn't like dragging around, woe is me, or all that. It's like, okay, it happened, let's move on. Okay? And that's what I'm getting here. She needs to move on. She wants your family to move on. That doesn't mean you forget her. Okay? Is this making sense? So grief will morph all the stages. I know she's happy with her sisters. There we go on the other side. And her husband and her parents. Say, I love you. And you know what? We'll all be together again. Okay? And that's what she's after. That's a beautiful thing. So thank you for verifying everything I've been saying. Okay? And that's what's near and dear. She's almost crying now because she's wanted you to know this, to have fun. She wants to go be with them. She doesn't want to be worried about everybody else here. So there's a little bit of grief on her side, and neither of y'all need to have this painful sorrow, okay? You're gone, okay? We're going to miss you, all right? I'll always think of you, all right? And you can always talk to her. But start having great conversations. She'll pop in from time to time. I'm going to steal a line from what was the Bruce Willis, the world's coming to an end with the thing. And he says, he tells his daughter, he says, I'll pop in on you from time to time. But he wasn't going to hang out there, okay, when he gave his life. I want you to understand that. That's what's going on here. That's the message I'm getting from her. Beautiful. Good. Bangarang. God love you. Okay. And we'll keep you in our prayers. It's just what we do. All right. So there we go. Wow. Bangarang. God love you, sweetie. That it sucks. Death sucks. It's what I have, you know. You know, Sophia, could I have advice? Whatever pops up, please. All right, just 1 second. Let's see what's going on. All right. Getting back to some of my old ways, card reading, doing the light and the shadow card. So the light card for this, all right, is the Judgment. Now, one of the things that's happening is this coming in reverse. The 20, okay, the Judgment talks about letting go of things to be your new self. There's things you want to do, things you want to go, but you're having some problems letting go. And you need to let go of some of these things because you're stuck. You can't get to where you're really going to truly be happy if you don't let some things go. All right. So you got to grow. It stopped your growth, especially your spiritual growth. Is that making sense, Sophia? Here we go. Now, with the shadow card, again, we have a reverse. We have the Knight of Cups. By being stuck, and what I'm really being told is this very well might be a relationship. In an old relationship, old things, codependence, blaming the past, different things. By being stuck in that past and not moving that shit on, and by not walking ahead and moving, you're stopping yourself from finding true happiness and true joy. Okay? This is what's happening. This card wants to move ahead, but it can't. It's being blocked by this card. This card's blocking this card. All right? They're kind of a mutual thing here. We're not moving ahead. We're not getting forward. We're not grabbing the big things, the nice tools out of life, the joy, the cherry on top, okay? Because we're too stuck in old things and we can't get those until you start letting some things go and say, you know what? I seriously have to make a change and change the way I'm looking at some things or whatnot. All right? Wow. Bangarang. God love you. Let me know. All right? Again, everybody, do me a favor. Reach up, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and share with other people. Reach out and share this video with people at the end. Let people know what's going on. We'd love to have this, okay? Things are happening. So we're going to move these cards along. I'm going to pull them over like that. And we're going to go over here to Ness. Is that Nessie? We'll say it, okay? Hi, I would like to know if Dia would like me to reach out to her, or how does she really feel? I will not read somebody third party. Now, this isn't that I can see like a love thing or whatnot. It's closeness. But I feel like there was a gap here with a in a relationship or something. One of the things is it doesn't matter how she feels. How do you feel? Nessie, if something's drawing on your heart for you to reach out, reach out. All you can do is reach out. How your reaching out is received, that's on Dia. Okay? And then you go from there. If she doesn't accept it, then leave it alone. If she does accept it, things great. But everybody stop waiting to go, oh, I don't want to reach out to somebody if they don't want to. If my heart tells me I need to talk to you, I'm calling you. I'm talking to you. All right. And if you don't want, that's fine. I can say, I got it. I understand. All right. Just know I love you. All right. And I'm here if you ever need me. And let it go. And you keep on moving your life. This is something very important that I think a lot of people have forgotten about what we need to do, and stop worrying about what other people want, what other people think. And we've gotten to a point where we're using tarot, we're using other divination processes in place of actually doing what we need to do and learning a lesson. Okay? So this is what's going on. That's very strong of what I'm picking up here. So here we go. Your first card, Four of Swords. All right. The Four of Swords is talking about give it a rest. You're overthinking this stuff. What are you missing? You're missing giving this a break and just being. If you love this person, if you care about them, reach out. That's it. Period. I care about you or whatnot. If there's something that's got to be settled, settle it. Okay? I just want you to know you're on my mind. I still love you. I care about you. And just letting you know, give your mind a break. Okay? And in what's missing, this is what's missing. You're looking for something, okay, that really nobody can ever know. All right? Because things change. Just give it a rest. Give your brain a rest. Pick up the phone and call. Write a letter. Send a text. Do whatever. Then out of this, we got another straight up card. We have the there you go. The Two of Wands. All right? The Two of Wands is talking about you're planning, you're plotting, you're trying to do this. Stop it. Okay? The Two of Wands is here to tell you this is about both of you. All right? What I'm seeing here, there has been some volatility, but it doesn't matter. You know, if she was in a burning building, all right, would somebody find out if she still likes me before I pull her out? No, you wouldn't. And if you would, then you've got other issues to deal with. All right. The Two of Wands is also about making a decision. Not so much like the Two of Swords, but what is your heart telling you? The passion, the thing, the planning. What are you going to do? Every relationship, folks, I'm being told to tell everybody right here, and this is a great time, so thank you, Nessie, that one of the things I want people to understand, in every relationship, brother, sister, mom, dad, mom, kids, all of this, best friends, lovers, anything, anytime there's a relationship, if it's a prolonged relationship, there's going to be a problem. All right? What are you prepared to do about it? Make a plan. You know what? I love this person with all my heart. Yeah, I'm a little angry right now, but guess what? Hey, I just want to reach out, let you know I'm thinking about you. All right? And that's all you got to say. And let this other person take the rest. That's how we get to a higher spiritual ground. Okay? And it's how you grow in life by learning to make these decisions. All right? Wow. Awesome. Bangarang. Let me know how that works out. Okay? Because I know it can be hard. All right? And some of that is the younger you are, the harder it is. He's too much worried about other people's feelings. All right? When you get older, you're like, they slam the phone down, they slam the phone down. It's just what it is. Michaeline, Tipsy Tarot, you and Bridget told me to be careful of someone in my inner circle. I did not expect the person who was finally revealed. So thank you for verifying that we were correct. What does Spirit have for me now? Betrayal at its finest. You know, we're looking here. This is the second or third person that's talked about betrayal or importance of a friendship. You know, sometimes what I'm really getting right now, Michaeline, give it space. You give it space. You ask Spirit, and Spirit will tell you, and you'll know. Right now, I think you need the space, okay, to see things, look at things, or whatnot. Because you got to come at this, like I said, kind of a little bit like I was just telling Nessie. You got to come at this thing from a point of leave the emotions out of it. The only emotion that should be there is, how much do I care? I have been betrayed by some really good friends. Really good friends, I've betrayed them. Nothing huge or anything like that, but it happens. People let us down. All right. And that's one of those things. So you've got to figure out, you know, I was working with somebody one time with a group, and people had been pushed out of the group. The group was like an intergroup fight. Okay. I'm not going to say any more than that. All right. And somebody out of the goodness of their heart was like, I would like to get us all back together. One of the advices I gave, not knowing either side of this thing really, was, and what I'm really picking up that I want you, that Spirit is saying to you, is putting this back together. Is it worth the energy that you're going to put towards it. Could be yes, could be you need to do that for you to be able to release it or embrace it again, whichever one, with peace. Could be no, that you know what? No, I'll never trust again. And I just don't need that in my life. Okay. Either one's okay. Either one is okay. So, Michaeline, let's see what we've got here. What does Spirit have for me now? Betrayal at its finest. Wow, that sucks. Understand. All right, here we go. So, with this card in the reverse position, again, we have the Death card. Okay. What Spirit is saying here is you can't, what I'm really picking up here hard is you can't hang on to this, okay, because nothing will grow. If we stay here with it, get some finality to it, either go back, ask a question, or cut it loose, because this is not going to let you spiritually gain ground, okay, until it finally cuts loose. You're going to be stuck, okay? Look at it this way, all right? The Five of Wands. Now you know. Now here's the beautiful part. Five of Wands always says, watch out for the drama. What this is saying is now you know where the drama starts, where it comes from. What are you going to do? Is it time to cut it loose? Is it time to step away? That's only for you. You know, broken trust is hard to get over. Probably won't put effort into it. There's your answer. Then let it go and walk away. Okay? Because when I was doing marriage counseling and couples counseling, y'all have heard me say this. I would ask couples would come in. There were a couple of people I actually helped them get through a divorce, okay, very amicably, and they walked out being friends. Once somebody does you in, it's now on you to sit down and say, I've got to look at this and say, will I ever trust them again? Even if you're the one that betrayed somebody, and this was a hard thing for people to understand, was, yeah, if somebody cheats on somebody, yeah, trust is gone. I'm going to rebuild the trust. How long are you willing to do this? If 10 years from now, somebody's digging through your phone or double checking you on everything you do, how long before you go, that's enough? I've said my apologies. I'm doing everything I can do. We can't pay penance forever. So that's what I'm seeing here. I think you're right on it. You're listening to your intuition, your gut. Broken trust is hard to get over. Probably won't put effort into it. Don't. Walk away from it. Let it go. Take no more action on it, okay? If you don't walk away from it, everything's going to get, time to cut loose. I don't like the drama. And that'll turn all of this. Things will start to grow. Things will get better. The Nine of Wands, you'll start moving forward again, different things, and not be second guessing everything. Bangarang. All right, Michaeline. Wow. Okay. There we go. I don't like some of the messages I'm being told to give tonight, but it's what we need to hear. Okay. It is what we need to hear. All right. I've got Uma coming up here next. Just a minute. Let me see where we're at. Boom and boom. Okay. Gonna take a moment. Uma, for your sake, I want to clear my mind a little bit. Let things rock. So we're moving right along. Been kind of some consistent things happening. So let's see what's going on. All right, Uma. Glad you are here. Uma Thurman, I have a very strange request. Do the eyes inside the fire that doesn't burn have anything to say? I'm getting caution. That was the one word that came to me. Caution. I don't know if it came from them. I don't know if it came from a guide. All right. But the words hit me, caution. They were like yellow flags, everything else. Be careful. So Let's see what happens here. Hold on. Okay. All right. Uma wants to know, do the eyes inside the fire that doesn't burn have anything to say? Here we go. The Hierophant. Wow. Okay. Remember I said use caution? What this Hierophant is here to do is to remind you, all right, to stick to the things you know that are tried and true. All right. Within you, in the shadow self of you, know what's happening. Be true to yourself, be true to your beliefs. This is going to be very important. This is the Hierophant, the 5. All right. 5 can be conflict, but it can be creating something beautiful. But understand, I need you to be organized. I need you to look out for, there are some basic teachings that you probably want to stick to. Okay, is what I'm getting there. All right. I'd love to talk to you more about this because I don't know. I don't have everything. Wow. And the Ace of Swords is your, wow. Think about that. Swords being that card. New ways of thinking, new ways of looking at, of communicating. All right. Something has to like hit the rewind and start over up here. Okay. Whatever's going on, this is a mental game. Okay. There is something happening in all of this, in the mysteriousness of this question. Okay. And it's going to be coming up with a new way to communicate, a new way to look at things. But in that, don't get lost. Be true to yourself. Be true to what you know. Okay. Be true to your values. Be true to your rituals, your rights, and what you understand. I could give you context for my request, but you wouldn't believe me. That's all right. Is this making any sense to you? Okay. That's what I would like to know, because I don't have a lot to go on here. And I'm just going with what I'm getting in these 2 cards. This is huge. Okay. A lot of times when people are reading the way I do, they will say this card is causing this card or is affecting this card. Anytime there's a minor arcana, that's going along with what's moving this along. So the Hierophant is here. And this is, this Ace of Swords is new thought, new processes, new ways of thinking. This isn't just a perspective, okay? But take some time, and you might have to look at how you're I'm really getting a communication thing. Does that make sense? All right. Let me know. Gillian, keep an eye out if she answers. Uma, I'm hearing that this is a big thing. And don't lose you. It is in line. Yes. Okay. So if I've given you enough there, or if you want to meet with me, everything's down in the link tree down below or whatnot set up. I'd love to hear from you some more and figure this out. But what I'm getting here is communication, the way you think about it, open your mind. Even if this might be with an older person, there are still some things that need to be kept in line, in order, and true. There are tried truths that we still need to live by, and things you need to do for your own sanity. All right? Wow. Bangarang. Okay. All right. Just glad that was in line. Glad to see it was happening. Anything else? Let me know. Okay. All right. And now we've got Jalosine. Okay. Why are N and C trying to exclude me? Here's what I'm going to do. I can't tell you that. Okay. Because I won't read them. I'm going to tell you what you need to know. What's missing? Let's ask that question, just like the title tonight says for this show. The focus is, what is Jalosine missing, okay, with this connection? So the first thing we got, Jalosine, is, all right, now we got the devil. We're too worried about what's going on. You've gotten yourself tied up. We're supposed to be releasing ourselves from something, and we're not. I feel like there's a control issue going on here in this in this relationship. And so what we're missing is not letting some things go. What we're missing is understanding somebody's chained themselves to something. All right. The devil would tell us, the devil card upright would tell us we have to let go. All right. This is saying we are not letting go. We like where we're at. Okay. And in that missing that, what I'm really getting is you're missing the hard truth about what's going on. You know what's happened. You know what's supposed to be working and what's not working. Let me get over here to your. Wow. Now, look at here. We've gotten the death card. All right. We've got the death card all night. This is the first time it's upright. You have to let something go. All right. In this relationship, there's got to be something that you have to let go in order for your own growth and new things to come into your life. Maybe NNC could be they're trying to let you go. All right. I don't know. Because again, I'm not going to read them. But what you need to know about this relationship, somebody is cutting somebody loose so they can grow and bring some new things into their life. So I would ask you to take a look at this whole thing and say we've got the devil. So I'm going to turn this right side up. And the devil is that person, that thing, the item, the whatever that we've chained ourselves to. This isn't the devil made me do it. No, we are doing it, but we don't want to let go of it. Okay. With the death card, and we're looking at both of these, the devil and the death card. All right. You have to understand death is there. And there is something here that it's time, it's letting go of it. So something new can sprout in its place. And this is within you. I'm really feeling that this is directed at you, that it's time for you to unchain. Okay. Walk a new path. Realize that there are some things that need to go away. And now, okay, once you get rid of this, things will grow for you and you're going to find some beautiful things on the other side of it. All right. Wow. Banger. Okay, everybody. That's awesome. You know, let us know what's going on here. Okay. And find out, keep in touch, see what's happening. So that's it. That's what we've got. Everybody's there. You know, there's a lot going on. Okay. I would appreciate the person that I said the prayer for at the beginning is very close to me. All right. It's not Bruce or Bridget. Don't worry about that. Okay. But they have not given me permission to put this out there. They're going through some health things. Just put them in your prayer and lift them up, send them energy. Spirit will know where to put it, what to do with it. Okay. Does that make sense? All right. So everybody, I hope you enjoyed tonight. There's one more. Okay. Hold on. Thank you. Gillian saw me. Michael, let's see what's happening here. Michael, level 7 OV. Bangarang. How's it going, Rob? It's good. Can you pull a card for Lisa and I? There we go. For the next month. I hope everything has been well. Things are getting there, Michael. Yes, we went through a lot with this move and everything else, but we're getting there. And you and Lisa have been on my mind past week. I've been saying I need to know if you guys are back, what we need to do or whatnot. We need to talk. Okay. So Bangarang, how's it going? Nothing bad with y'all being on my mind, just more friend stuff, wondering about what's happening and how y'all are doing. Okay. Going to pull a card. Spirit, Michael wants to know, okay, for him and Lisa, about what they need to look for in the next month. Here we go. All right, let's do it this way. All right. So, the Three of Cups. What I'm really looking at is, you know, the Three of Cups upright generally means everything's good, but it's talking about working with other people. There's something here that's kind of out of balance, okay, either on the work front, okay, or whatnot. The Three of Cups, when it's upside down, I'm going to do something here. I have a little something I do. Y'all just bear with me, okay? Because there's something, my old brain is getting, yep, just did that. I'm doing the right thing. That my brain's not kicking out. I can see it, but I can't get it out of my head. Let me see what's going on. Okay. And this is one of the things I have that I use. There we go. Okay. It talks about going it alone and not bringing somebody in. Is there a partnership thing? This is it. Is there a partnership thing that's going on and somebody wants to dive in? You haven't had the best of luck with that. Okay. At this point right now, you might need to go it alone for a bit. Now may be the time to work independently rather than in a group. Okay. This is what I was trying to say. Okay. Sorry, just couldn't get it out. The old stroke thing just was binding me up. All right. And that's what I'm seeing here. So be careful about getting into a partnership. Be careful about relying on too many other people right now. You know what to do. You and Lisa are highly intelligent. And what I've got here underneath is the Six of Pentacles. We're not finding joy. We're not finding finding our path to victory. And hold on, I'm going to do this too. Okay. My whole brain, it just, wow, this really, I got a whole bunch of stuff going through my head, Michael. So I want to talk to you about it. Okay. And it's crazy and things are not where I normally have them. All right, here we go. Y'all bear with me. All right. Here we go. I found it. Yeah. Okay. This goes along with everything I was saying. All right. Probably if I'd have pulled 10 more cards like we do when we do the reading, but I'm trying to do everything with 2 cards. And Michael, what I'm getting at here is go it alone for a while. And the Six of Pentacles. All right. Make sure you are also giving to yourself. What do you and Lisa need to do? Where do you want to go? You are giving to others freely. So I'm really picking up, bro, that this is a thing about somebody wanting to partner up, things like that. And this might be something to slow down, take a look, because that way you can find your way. All right. And find your way to victory and joy. All right. Wow. Bang. All right. Okay. Man, thank you, Gillian. Glad you caught that and everything else. And let's see what's happening. So awesome, awesome, awesome. So many people tonight. Any other questions here before we get going or whatnot? And we're going to call it a night. So I appreciate everybody being here. Michael, give me a call. If you want to give me a call tonight, I'm going to be free. You have my number. Okay. Or tomorrow, either one, whatever's best for you. All right. If anybody needs anything, let me know. Rob, just go to tarotwithanatitude@gmail.com. All right. Drop a letter, drop a line, and let's see what we can do. All right. So if there's anything else I can do, let me know. Remember, take what you want, leave what you don't, but leave having experienced some peace, love, and light. Bangarang, everybody.